Conrad Harrigan, played by Brosnan, is already a vicious character, but his mistreatment of his colleague Paul is one of the most bizarre and hilarious running gags in MobLand to date. One of the top henchmen and the leader of the Harrigan security detail is Paul, who is portrayed by Emmett J. Scanlon. Paul plays a similar role to Harry in the Harrigan crime organization, despite having different connections and tactical abilities. Although Harry may be the main person who fixes the Harrigans, Paul is also able to carry out their wishes, whether they involve murder or not. In contrast to Zoja and Kiko, Paul does not appear to report directly to Harry. Rather, he appears to be an essential substitute for Harry and has been asked to carry out Conrad's or Maeve's wishes when they know Harry will not, or if the request is directly related to Harry. For instance, on several occasions, Paul was sent to follow Jan after he suspected her of being a leak in the organization. In episode 9, Paul's relationship with Conrad was played for laughs when he became the object of the mob boss's wrath. As he has been for almost all of his appearances in the series, Paul was heavily featured as comic relief in MobLand's 9th episode. Conrad's abuse was highlighted this time, despite the common joke that Paul waits outside a room for him to yell for him to enter. Paul tried to fulfill his obligation to report it to Conrad after assisting Bella in leaving the lockdown property, albeit slowly, as no one else knew. After dismissing him and cursing him out, Conrad reprimanded him minutes later for not informing him about Bella sooner. Conrad orders a drink for himself, Serafina, and Harry when the Harrigans enter the bar, and Paul is later brought in as a backup for the sit-down with Jamie Lopez. But instead of offering Paul anything, he just glares at him. Just as Conrad starts to bargain with Jamie, Paul purchases a bag of crisps for himself, then enrages Conrad once more by loudly opening the bag and starting to eat. It's one of the most hilarious scenes in the entire show, and Scanlon's embarrassed and offended expressions make it even funnier. Given Paul's prominence in the Harrigan criminal organization, Conrad's irritation with him seems a little out of place. Conrad alternates between using him for crucial tasks and treating him like a peon, which seems almost startling because he trusts him enough to follow Harry's wife and report back, all while keeping his actions discreet. The fact that Conrad is an erratic and frequently irate individual and the quiet Paul is a simple and constant target probably contributes to the explanation. After a while, it almost turns into a habit. It might, however, be related to Conrad's knowledge that Paul follows Maeve's instructions without his knowledge. It is evident that Maeve made the call and Paul placed the bomb, even though Conrad claimed to have made the decision to kill Vron Stevenson. In a particularly amusing scene in episode 6, Paul mutters the accurate details about the assassination under his breath, while Conrad rattles off a line of false information. He is aware that Paul is trustworthy, but he also understands that Conrad is not the only person he is loyal to, which annoys the MobLand patriarch all the time. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more videos.